Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the FEP Talk Show with Oladoyin, a channel where true life stories, real life experiences, impact and knowledge is shared on finance, entrepreneurship and purpose. And on today's episode of entrepreneurship, I have here a media boss. In fact, I'm going to read his biography. Yes, so he's a freelance photographer with special interest in wedding, portrait and landscape photography. He's a graduate of Joseph Ayo Babalola University with a BSc degree in entrepreneurship and a master's degree in entrepreneurship as well. Wow! From Kwara State University. His unique blend is developed from a broad range of beauty, nature and color that surrounds him. He is comfortable and relaxed in both the studio and shooting location, possessing the uncanny ability to be creative under pressure. You see why I'm calling the media boss? And it's by the name Adebanji Okeowo. Thank you so much for thank you so much for being on set today with us. We really appreciate it. Alright, so what other things would you like Team FEP to know about?
I'm a very adventurous person. I love cars, vintage cars to be precise. I love food, good food. Yeah, basically that's it. I love to travel. Yeah.
So why entrepreneurship? Why did you study entrepreneurship for both BSc and MSc?
It wasn't my plan to study entrepreneurship, but then God made it happen. However, and I didn't get the course. I didn't even get admission into the school I wanted to study, and this particular school sent me admission without even asking.
Wow!
And they gave me an entrepreneurship offer. At that point, it was the first time hearing of the school and the course, so I didn't take it. So instead of going in, I went to do remedials in the school I wanted to study. That was University of Ilorin. After remedials, I still was not given admission. And I remembered, okay, so that school last year that sent us this thing. So myself and my dad drove to the school, Joseph Ayo Babalola University, made inquiries. They still gave me the entrepreneurship offer. I liked the sound of it, liked the brief that I was given. And I decided to give it a shot. While studying, I fell in love with everything entrepreneurship, finished well, and then I decided to proceed to Kwara State University, where I stayed to just do my master's in the same course.
And since then,
I've been running
entrepreneurship has been on a very smooth.
It's been
not smooth.
Oh boy, like you're running.
Okay now, okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so photography, you're into videos and all. So can you tell us your journey into that?
How I came into photography.
Yes.
So studying entrepreneurship in 200 level crossing to 3, I needed to get to do something because I wasn't comfortable anymore with just going to school and that being all I was doing at that time. So I started looking around me. Of course, that was what was being taught in class. Identify opportunities, do this, and then convert it to a stream of income. So I looked around me. I identified like 3 businesses or skills I could, acquire, and photography being the last that came on the list. I just made inquiries. I got referred to one of my seniors back then in secondary school who was doing amazingly well, Yemi Ajala. So I approached him. He's still my very good, my friend, my brother, like G right now. So he took me in, I trained with him. That was how I came into photography. Yeah, photography to me is life. We live for the experiences we have and share with people, and photography gives me the power to freeze the moments that are very precious to you and priceless moments to you, And you know, I mean, nobody can freestyle. So photographers are the only ones that have this. So we're able to freeze, I mean, those precious moments. And you know, it's even more important to me because photography has now made me a part of the priceless moments, and that to me is profound.
Yes, that's true.
I mean, getting to shoot somebody's wedding is no big deal. You are having to be a part of their love story and freeze the moments, all the actions, the emotions, and then keep working for them.
And they are watching it, they're smiling. They are
Some of
happy.
them watch and smile, some of them watch and cry.
Yes.
I mean, it's just amazing. Sometimes even on the job, you hear some love stories or you hear the vows of a bride, and you also even get emotional.
Alright, so but you said you have like 3 other skills you were considering then. Wait, no.
Yeah.
You have like 3 other skills you were considering. So
Yeah.
why photography?
Okay, so when I got introduced to Yemi, I honestly didn't think that photography was going to be a last bus stop for me. I just felt, okay, if I wanted to go into something, it only made sense for me at that time to check the 3 of them out, not just plunge into one. And you know, photography was the last that came onto the list, and incidentally, it was the only one I made inquiries about. So probably because of the way and manner Yemi took me, and then you know, put me through the whole stuff, and we began to just learn and stuff. I did not even have the need or the urge or whatever desire to explore. Yeah, in fact, today when I look at those other skills, I feel like, man, I don't think I could.
No, you will actually.
I agree with you, but I mean, no regrets so far. They're all thanks to God and thanks to amazing people.
So what are the things that you did that has brought you down? I mean, yes, I did this.
Oh, okay. Well, I started. That should be about 10 years. But then I really got serious with my photography. Like 8 years thereabouts. Like thereabouts. I think shouldn't be less than that. Yeah.
That's why I call you media boss.
Yes,
no.
But of course, it's been years of just going on and off, perambulating, not being sure.
Oh yeah, you had today.
Yes.
Hallelujah. Alright, so let's move to the challenges. I know that it has not been 8 years of the smooth ride and all. So what are the challenges that you faced thus far?
In photography or in business?
Not in photography.
Photography is a very challenging field because, okay, for me, let me say my personal experience, it was very challenging for me at first because equipments were very expensive. I mean, they were unbearably expensive. I mean, how was I going to tell my mom that I was going to buy a camera? The camera was like, in fact, my first camera I bought it 45,000 naira. And it took a lot of convincing. I had to go home with my boss, Yemi Ajala, to go and convince them how, no joke,
wow,
to cough out 45k that they didn't even have at that time. Like, to cough out 45k for me to buy my first camera, it was I mean, we went to buy it. No, buy this or no, no one learning this. No. Yeah. So I would always go back to Yemi, come and talk to them, and Yemi is like family to us right now, and he would come and tell, mommy, no, this. But then thankfully, I was able to get the first camera even through him, and that is it. So cost of equipment, apart from learning that never stops.
Yeah.
I mean, you're always seeing amazing people everywhere online, and you are always running.
Yes,
once you see, man, this technique is really nice.
Want to learn
the moment you learn that,
another one will come out.
I mean, so you, I mean, there's never a time you can now sit down and say, now I now know these things. So there's always that learning curve which is never ending. Equipment getting more expensive every day, and then starting up the business. You are the photographer, you are the marketer, you are the makeup artist, you are the stylist, you are the you are the security officer. You are just everything. So putting all those together wasn't easy at all. Getting clients wasn't easy. Starting.
I wanted to ask now how it's clients.
Back then.
Yes.
Wasn't funny, but I remember I did a lot of free jobs. This is what everybody says that yes is everybody's experience, so to speak. I did a lot of free jobs. In fact, my first camera got damaged on a free job, and the person just said, sorry. Sorry. But everything adds together to building your brand. The only thing is you need to be very strategic in the kind of free jobs you do, how you promote yourself, positioning, how you associate, and the kind of brands you associate with. Those now help you to cool.
Alright, so any challenge with maybe your students,
always challenging. Always challenging. So God has been faithful actually to me. I've had a lot of stories about photographers and videographers having very good style staff and students and interns. I've had some share, but then largely I'm actually very grateful to God that I've not had any very, very nasty experience. Yes, of course, here and there we have issues. I have people who tell me, my assistants will carry my camera behind me, go and do this, they steal this, largely I haven't experienced that. It's been God. But then, human beings will always be humans. Do it this way, you put them through, and then they do it their own way, and then you don't achieve results. I don't teach photography in a way where I sit you down and say, this is how to do this, then you do this, then you do this, then you do this. No, I expose you to as much as you can, and then my goal is just to open you up to the possible routes to the destination, and then let us meet them. As long as we meet them, we are fine. But then you can't now do things your way and not achieve results. Results is all that matters. So you don't need to go through my editing workflow, but then are you achieving what we are achieving?
Yes.
That's all that matters to me. So many times some of them but then it's part of the fun.
Yeah, it is, and you'll be glad that you played on that. Yes, I want to assume that yes, they will. Alright, so your success story. God has helped you. God has helped us all. Yes.
Yeah, God has helped us.
God has helped us all. So, what are the success story thus far? I know there's still a lot. Yes, a lot to achieve. A lot. But thus far, the 8 years, the 10 years.
Yes, so God has been faithful. Photography has taken me to places that I never would have imagined getting into. I remember when I was still, I'm still upcoming. Like when I was still a lot more upcoming, I would get into the living rooms of these high and mighty people, and I would take a selfie and send to my dad on WhatsApp. I'd be like, "What? You are here? What's happening, brother?" And then sometimes I'll just tell my dad, these people contacted me. I'm like, where did you get your contact? How? And amazing things. Photography has opened me up to be able to sit with amazing people that I never would have thought to reason with. Helped me to reason with people, meet people, get into places.
I think you're trying to cut it short, but there's no problem. No, there's no problem. When you look up to this photography, this business now skills.
I looked up to quite a number. Let me not mention names, but I look up to quite a number of people. Some of those people are not people who are even not that I look up to their photography, but then their lives,
their results.
I mean, photography to me or business to me is not just the technical part and all, the way you balance the other aspects of your life, family, relationships, even with God, and a whole lot of things. So, yes, photographically, yes, I look up to people, and of course, in their lives too, they do amazing.
All right, so moving on to the last thing on set today, I want you to advise to the Gen Z, especially those that want to go into the photography business or learn the skill, and to entrepreneurs generally.
Okay, so to the Gen Z, we know you are smarter than everybody. God has blessed you with smartness. This is the era of the AI, blah blah blah, But then I would say that every young person who's looking to come into photography should develop not just the technical skills of taking pictures, they should also develop themselves in terms of relationship with people, being courteous, handling cases. It is not everybody that you talk to anyhow. There are some slangs you don't use in certain places. There are just some ways that you need to compose yourself and handle situations and stuff. Also, yes, this is the technology era. You are learning faster than everybody, taking over and all those things, but you should also settle down, learn the technical side, do your personal development, learn the business of the industry. That is what has affected the industry a great deal too, because you just see this young person, his mom or uncle in US or UK just has one money, buys a camera for him, he comes into the market with a good camera, he's charging ridiculously low, doing this, and people be like, well, sometimes some of these things are not sustainable. We need to just sit down, get mentorship, get to serve. Like, let us not all be in a hurry to, make a name for ourselves.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to have that brand name or something.
Then you mentioned learn on the business. Can you emphasize on that? Learning on the business of photography. So photography is different from the business.
Honestly, this thing is something I also learned the hard way and took me a very long time to understand. So, every photographer is taking pictures and making a living from photography. But there are countless other ways that you can make money even from the photography industry without you even owning or shooting pictures. Yeah, there are a lot of other avenues to make money in photography without actually shooting. But if you call yourself a photographer, you need to understand the technical part of taking pictures, your aperture, your ISO, composition, editing, all those things that we see, equipment and all. Then you need to understand the business of photography, marketing, pricing, negotiation, interpersonal skills, and a whole lot of other things. Now, so in the industry, the most talented photographers most times are not the ones who are making the most of the money. But then the ones who understand the business of photography, even if you are not fantastic as a photographer, you can still achieve a lot. The business of photography now tells you the photography calendar, marketing, negotiations, pricing, and a whole lot of other things that are, in fact, branding, brand positioning, how to strategically select collaborations to go into. Not all collaborations are rewarding. Collaborations are not paid for, but then it is targeted at something. How do you envision a collaboration? How do you identify a collaboration that is going to convert into, clients? Oh, sure, we do sometimes. Sometimes we do. So in fact, very many times right, if you are taking up corporate deals, gigs, and documentaries and stuff, yes, pitch for funding and a whole lot of other things like that. So it's not important. It's not just important for you to understand how to take amazing pictures. It's also important for you to understand the business of photography, so you can build a balanced brand and business.
So moving on to the last part, advice to entrepreneurs generally.
Okay, so my advice to every entrepreneur is just to keep grinding, never lose focus, always strive for the best, because when you are excellent at what you do, money will chase you, don't chase the money. So chase excellence. And there's always room for improvement, no matter what business and what skill you are running on. Don't wait for the money to run the business. Like, just always strive for excellence and keep improving yourself. And I also will advise every entrepreneur to understand the industry they work in, understand the business they work in, master the business model you're adopting for your business or your brand. Every entrepreneur is supposed to understand when to diversify, when to expand, when to scale up, when to downsize, all these critical business decisions. Every entrepreneur also must identify that time or that point where you need to take the exit if need be. You don't need to kill yourself on any business. I mean, you come first. You can't take your business to any length when you are just not able to. So it is also very important in every business that you understand, okay, well, at this point, my strategies have not worked, this and this. You've tried strategizing, you've tried rebranding and different other things. If you've tried all those and they're not working, it might just be time for you to take the exit, explore mergers and acquisitions, and try to seal up the business, collaborations in different things, or just get out and get into something else strategically again. That's my advice.
Call you boss of all bosses now. You say I know, but this is a very educative section, and I enjoyed myself as well. Thank you so much. If I knew, I should just go into since you asked us to diversify, I can move from financial analyst to
wow, okay.
But actually, I know how to do this technical thing though. I'm a media person in my church and I take pictures.
You see now them.
You get it now. So maybe it's just time for me to start putting in the business aspect of it.
Okay.
I get my camera, get me lights,
exactly what I mean. You'll be fine.
And I will lean under you. Nah, you mentor me and we'll just do it. Wow. But thank you so much for pouring your heart to the people out there to learn from your, even if you call it little, but at least thank you so much. We really appreciate. Just tell them your handles so that they can follow you.
On Instagram, I am on Instagram. Okay, so on Instagram you can follow me at Banjite Imageries, Banjite Multimedia Studios, or Banjite Imagery, BANJITEIMAGERY. That's it. On Facebook, the same thing. And then personal.
Okay, I can put your phone number.
Right. Thank you.
Alright, no problem. Please do well. Business, you get.
Thank you.
You get. And you get. Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
An honor having you on set today.
My pleasure.
Alright guys, thank you for staying through to the end of this video. I am sure there's a token point for you. Please make use of it and just be ready for the results when you make use of it too. Yes, please follow us on all our different handles. Follow us on Facebook, on Instagram at The FEP Talk Show. You can also reach us on our email. Yes, we are open for partnership, we are open for sponsorship. thefeptalkshow@gmail.com. Then subscribe.
Please subscribe. You learn a lot.
Please subscribe at The FEP Talk Show. Click on the bell to always get notified anytime a video is being uploaded. Comment, yes, and share. Thank you so much. See you next week Monday. I remain Oladwin.
See you.